Every March, the City of River Falls holds its annual State of the City Address, which provides an opportunity to look back at the past year and highlight the projects and accomplishments that took place in River Falls. The 2026 State of the City was held on Tuesday, March 3rd at Tattersall Distilling and used Legos as the theme to tell the story. The following is the audio from the event, which includes an introduction by Mayor Dan Toland, followed by the address from City Administrator Scot Simpson. Throughout the address, you'll hear how city staff, council members, our partners, and residents are all working together to build River Falls one brick at a time.
So good morning, everybody. My name is Dan Toland. I'm the mayor here in town, and I'm very proud to be help building our community one brick at a time. Welcome to the 2026 State of the City, Building River Falls. This year, we're using a theme that just about everyone can relate to, Legos. And now, how we have built our great city one brick at a time. If you have ever opened a box of Legos, you know the drill. You tip it over, and suddenly you got a colorful avalanche. Pieces everywhere, tiny wheels, strange little helmeted people. On their own, it's just chaos. Together though, wow. Give it a little patience, add imagination, click a few things into place, and suddenly you've got something very awesome. And that's what River Falls is. A little messy at times, wildly creative at times, and full of people who love to build. Look around this room. We have the city staff, we have city council members, we have business leaders, volunteers, neighbors. All the folks have been clutching the instruction manual, swapping pieces, and sometimes inventing new parts when the kit ran out. Let's talk about city staff. They're understanding, problem-solving, coffee-fueled heroes. So would all the city staff please stand right now and take a moment to recognize them. Without you guys, we'd just be a big pile of bricks. Next, we have the City Council. They are a design committee, occasional referees, and steady hands. So would all the council members are here today, please stand up and be acknowledged. Thanks, guys, for your guidance. Okay, thank you. To every business owner who took a chance, every volunteer who showed up with elbow grease, every resident who put down roots here, you are the colorful bricks, the connectors, the base plates. Some of you are the quiet underside that holds everything together. Some of you are the flashy flags and stained glass windows that make the whole thing sparkle. Every piece matters. Even the weird little slope pieces nobody knows what to do with. If you raise kids, you know another truth. Stepping at a Lego will reveal previously unknown levels of endurance and vocabulary. But you also know the fun part. Watching dozens of little pieces be put together and they become a landscape, a spaceship, a dinosaur, or a whole new neighborhood. That's what we've done here, turning pieces into places, blocks into projects, and pieces into communities. Brick by brick, and sometimes with a few improvisations, we've built a city that is resilient, friendly, and ready for what comes next. Today we celebrate and look back at what we've built together, and we look ahead, because the best builds are the ones we haven't started yet. The instruction manual is leaning towards the future, waiting for our next new idea to become a reality. Thank you for being the builders, the tinkerers, the steady hands, and the dreamer of River Falls. Let's keep clicking those bricks together. And now I'd like to hand things off, and hopefully without dropping too many pieces, turn it over to Scot Simpson, our city administrator, and he will walk us through the highlights from last year. So thank you for everybody that showed up today. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks, Scott. Thanks, good luck.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the 2026 State of the City Address. For those of you who don't know me yet, I'm Scot Simpson. Appreciated the opportunity to meet some of you in the hallway for the first time, and I see many old friends. I've had the privilege to be here now with the city of River Falls for about 16 years, and I do want to thank my bosses, the mayor, and the city council for allowing me to serve this community for that long time, and I appreciate it. Now we have this light Lego theme today, but I would be remiss if I didn't recognize some of the things going on in the world, and it's understood that there's a lot of serious things going on, and so we don't want this to be a superficial event today, but I just want to recognize, like many of you, our family at City of River Falls have sons and daughters who are involved in the conflict and are getting their enlistment orders. And so I just want to take a moment to say that we appreciate the service that they're doing in those families that are here at home with us. And I know that that's weighing heavy on people today. So we'll try to have a little fun, but I do want to recognize some serious stuff in the world. Before I get started with my remarks, I want to make sure that we thank staff. Appreciate the mayor recognizing Tyler. We have tremendous staff, and in keeping with our theme of all hands on deck, one team with the city, I'm going to forget some people that were involved in this event because as my staff in the office know, they can ask anybody, and they come to our rescue at the last minute whenever we need help with things. And it's not just because it's the city administrator's office I'd like to thank. So Jennifer, Tyler, Jason, Lene, Brenda, Jonathan, John, Joe, our public works staff for building our sets. We try to do things on a budget here, so we enlisted all the help we could get from city staff. And it's amazing every year to see what they pull off. So they start with a theme or thread. They say, "Come on, Scott, it'll be fun. We'll do it. You'll be fine." So this year I shed my Marty McFly vest for the Lego tie, which everybody seems to appreciate. So that's good. So things here in River Falls don't usually get done by people wearing capes or costumes and tights. They get done by real people. We work together. The partners, the shareholders, the residents, and the scenes and scenarios that are sometimes mundane, sometimes unique, but always representative of the power of combined effort towards a common greater good. So again, I want to welcome you this morning. It takes each one of us, one brick at a time, to establish a foundation that later generations will continue to build on. I hear some people recognizing the Lego minifigures here. 2025, what a year. We're not necessarily here to talk about sports this morning, but it's hard to ignore what took place on the field and in competition for River Falls athletes and alumni this past year. We had two former River Falls Wildcats, Alex Call and JP Fireeisen, earn World Series rings with the LA Dodgers. River Falls native Annie Frisbee ran the 5th fastest time in the New York City Marathon among all women. UW River Falls women's hockey team repeated as Division III national champions. The River Falls Marching Band brought home another state championship, and Tyler, our communications coordinator, tells me, he was a marching band kid, and that is a sport. So, since he helped write the script, he made sure that got in there. So that's good. Now, and there was a group I spent a little time watching too. The River Falls High School football team. They made it to state semifinals for the first time in school history. And as you see, they brought home the coveted little brown jug along the way. So none of these teams are athletes, or in the case of the marching band, musicians became great in a day. It took many, many hours, days, weeks of practicing to build a winning team. I know the Frisbees can attest to that, as can I with my own athlete. So what you see is a little snippet of all the hard work that goes. And the same is true for the city of River Falls. The city and the community didn't just get here overnight. So what you see today is not the result of some great plan put into place 12 months ago and delivered by an outstanding staff. I'd like to say that that's how fast we can do things, but it takes a lot of planning and preparation and thoughtful execution. And all of it must have a single starting point. So one brick, that's how any of a project begins. It's a small piece, so small, some of you might not be able to see this where you're sitting. But when you lay down that first Lego, the rest of the building can take place. You can't start until you start. You can't finish until you start. Now, your mayor and the city council have laid out the first line of bricks for a solid foundation, a vision, a mission, values that have stood the test of time. And from that, a strategic perspective has a place to grow. From that, strategic planning is where connections for the future begin. Now, when you purchase a new box of Legos, you might see the bright image of that finished project on the box. And sometimes when you look at the back of the box, there's an alternative or some, I know sets my kids like, there was 3 or 4 different things you could build with the one set. When you see that, there might be some of you that prefer to just build a Lego creation on your own. You don't want the instructions. You want to go without step-by-step instructions. And you like to use your creativity to do completely something different. And I know there are some of you out there who carefully read the directions. Some of you read the whole direction book before, I didn't even know this was a thing. Read the whole Lego direction book before they start with step 1. They want to see the whole thing come together in the directions. But they know that they're going to go step by step, and they have the knowledge that if they follow each and every one of those steps, they'll end up with the end result that they see. So, being careful that the dog or the vacuum or something else doesn't get one of those pieces. You've got all the things that you need to build that when you first get the set. And like I said, some people like to have that picture, that box facing them the whole time. They want a reference, so they've got the instruction manual, they've got their box, they can see all of this come together. Others just focus or get down to the one page in the instruction booklet. And so it takes all types to be able to do these sets. And no matter what approach you take, if you have a clarity of vision towards the end goal, you're going to reach it. And so in 2025, the City of River Falls spent the year building your box sets with the clarity of decisions and plans development, from engagement with the public and determined plans from years and decades before. So you can see I've got my little instruction booklet. So we had instruction manuals. That guidance came from the community, and it was formed by the city council, and it was assembled step by step with a knowledgeable staff. The tools that we use to guide us include the comprehensive plan, strategic plan, the national community survey, strategic initiatives, and our legislative priorities. Now, some of these guides are like that picture on the front of the box. Others have more multiple options on the back of the Lego box. Adapting when needed to deliver. You adapt when needed and delivering a final product that matches what's important to the community. All of them are shaped by the community input and council policy direction. Now, every 2 years since 2013, the public's been invited to engage with city leadership by responding to the National Community Survey. Now, this survey provides residents the opportunity to provide feedback on a variety of categories, whether it's public safety or parks and natural resources or utilities and much more. And the results of the 2025 survey confirmed that the council is listening, building strength in areas that are important to respondents, with an overall positive sentiment from residents. It's a building block that the council used in visioning and decision-making. In April 2023, the City Council approved a Vision Zero resolution. Now, that action allowed us to apply for and then receive $200,000 Federal Highway Administration grant to develop a Safe Streets for All action plan. Now, a safety action plan is a guide for reducing and eliminating serious injuries and fatalities on our roadways. It uses data analysis to identify where safety risks are highest and outlines targeted strategies to address them. Now, once complete, this plan will make us eligible for up to $25 million in federal implementation grants to implement those identified projects. This is foundational work. creating a safer, more resilient community for future generations. Now, we've already engaged residents in a public survey. We had a City Hall open house. There's going to be many more opportunities for folks to engage in this and share their feedback on roadway concerns and opportunities for improvement. Now, while some of the ways residents can engage with the city have tradition behind them, like our cookout conversations, the community appreciation event, we also introduced a new event called Ask the City. Now, here residents were invited to share their questions and receive answers from the mayor and city staff in a less formal environment designed to draw people out of their homes and off social media to get real answers in real time. Now, whether it's one of these or attendance at a city council meeting, all provide opportunities for the community to enjoy our public spaces while also giving them the chance to connect with the mayor, members of the city council, and staff in ways that build relationships one interaction at a time. Now, those voices and those connections are all important building blocks for our continued growth. Connecting with elected officials and staff is a welcome, strengthening activity. Call us, email us, come out and see us, add your block to the wall. Some of my favorite people here with their Lego activities. Like these bricks, it's the connecting points that hold the whole project together. Now, sometimes in our work, it's a connection between different departments of the city. And we found out the hard way during our all-employee meeting where staff members were broken into groups and asked to build various parts of a fictitious city called Ripple Falls, that these pieces can be hard to take apart. During that Ripple Falls scenario, it became apparent that once decisions are made, there is a ripple effect that's not easy to undo. That's the analogy that we apply to our work, and that's a good thing. We understand that the decisions we're making are going to have impact. So we put people in the right place. That means elected officials, staff, partners, and most importantly, residents. These are the footings that lie under the foundation, under the base. We're sure to do intricate work of understanding directions to build every element on top. So in our organization, the base is made up of things that we don't always talk about on a day-to-day basis. The base we know is trust and clarity, professionalism, respect for each other. And we know when we hand something off, the work will get done. Now, every good Lego build starts with a solid foundation, and perhaps it's like this. My favorite, or the kids' favorite, was always the one with the moon on it, in the corner. So the moon rocks. It allows you to attach those bricks to that foundation. Foundations take time. You can't rush them without risking instability later. The foundation plates may not be the most exciting part of the Lego build, but they're certainly among the most important. Now, one of the biggest projects to take place in 2025 was the first phase of the renovation of the River Falls Public Library. And while the bricks of the exterior weren't touched at all in the process, there were plenty of building blocks stacking up inside the library. And we're really excited to be able to show that more to the public when it's completed. Now, to pull off a project like this, it's a big undertaking. And I commend the library staff for their work throughout this transformation. In addition to the work done by library staff, I also think it's important to give special recognition to both the library board and the Library Foundation Board, who was instrumental in facilitating the Renew and Inspire Capital campaign. Now, this campaign helped raise additional funds on top of the $4.1 million grant that the library received from the state of Wisconsin. So if you're a member of the Library Board or the Library Foundation Board, or if you're a former member of the Library Board or Library Foundation Board, would you please stand and be recognized? So when this renovation is completed later this year, it will include new carpeting and paint, expanded meeting spaces, revamped teen area, remodeled bathrooms, and more. And these renovations will help preserve the library as a community hub and a great resource for the people of River Falls and surrounding communities for many years to come. The library wasn't the only building project to take shape last year. While there wasn't a single brick added or removed from the fire station in 25, the groundwork was being laid for a now underway $10.5 million renovation of the station. And as we alluded to in last year's State of the City video, the current fire station has been at that location for a long time. Since 1955, in fact, only 6 years after LEGO first introduced what was at the time called automatic binding bricks. And shortly after, they got a marketing department, so it was good. When an engineer builds a toy, that's what you get, automatic binding bricks. Many of you may remember when City Hall, the police department, the fire station, the library, as we found out in Jane Hoffman's books, the bathroom, was all located next to each other on that stretch. And now only the fire station remains. So just like Lego sets, sometimes you have to smash something in order to make it better. In this case, that's exactly what the plan included. And as of today, the old fire station has mostly been demolished in the name of progress. These renovations are long overdue, and it was time to rebuild. Now, both the library and the fire station projects have kept our project manager, Adam Martinson, quite busy over the past year. Adam, I don't think, wanted a big Lego figure, so we put him back in a little bit. But those who worked with Adam know that looks just like Adam in Lego form. And he's checking out our Legoized new fire station. Also helping lead the renovation project of the fire station is 2018 Firefighter of the Year and Chief since May 2025, Justin Wilson. He knows the department well, and he's already made some big impact in his new role. In 2025, we signed a 20-year contract with the River Falls Rural Fire Association to extend our city's fire services to the association's service territory through the end of 2046. And so I do want to give a special thanks to River Falls Rural Fire Association Chair Joe Rowell, who I'm assuming is working because he seems like he's always working, and all the others for their work continuing that partnership. And so this shows just yet another example of how the pieces fit together. They're interconnected even across city limits. Now, just as the Lego minifigures need somewhere to live, so too do residents of River Falls. And 2025 was a big year for housing. And it seems like I'm saying that every year. Yes, I have been saying that every year for quite a number of years here. The city's been tracking our progress towards meeting the housing needs identified in the 2018 and 2022 housing studies. And we're also currently undertaking a new housing needs assessment that'll be done early in 2026. We had quite a bit of housing and development, as I mentioned. The Upland opened in early 2025, offering 105 apartment units. The Current opened with 106 units. Brook Green Rental Townhomes opened their first phase, and that's 50 units became available this year. Many of those bricks were pieced together in 23 or 24, and now you're seeing the ribbon cuttings in 2025. We also continue to add senior living units, a need for us, as construction on the Sycamore 2, I don't know if it's TWO or TOO, which is it? That marketing department again, we need. The development will provide 24 memory care units and 8 duplexes of senior housing. The Preserve, a development off Powell Avenue, will add 24 twin home units. Construction on many of those homes is well underway. Oak Hill, located in South Powell Road near my home, built 24 homes in 25. When complete, there'll be 110 new homes in that neighborhood. In October of last year, the City Council approved a development called Valley View, located in Man Valley, and that will include 50 units of much-needed income-based housing. Construction is set to begin this summer. Elsewhere on the development front, the city received information from the state of Wisconsin in August of 2025 that showed the previous year being a record-setting year of what's called net new construction. That was a rate of 4.33%. Now, in part due to the growth, we're able to invest in infrastructure, parks and trails, and roads. Growth takes financial resources, and strong net new construction provides those resources. It's these types of accomplishments that help build the strong base that I alluded to previously, and it's an indication that City Council's vision of a distinct, vibrant community is gaining traction piece by piece. Now, if you have any of the Legos from your childhood, or maybe your kids' old Legos, you'll notice that they still work with brand new Lego bricks purchased today, and even with the new manufacturers of building systems. I know my kids are building things that aren't Lego, but even their sets work with all the Legos that they had as a kid. And so there might be new designs or colors or different lines that they can get in those that weren't previously available. And just in a sense, that's how we view the growth of the city of River Falls. We value what works, what's always worked, and we still are adapting how we use it for the future. And of course, building new houses and other development can't work without reliable utilities. So last year on this stage, I talked about the 130th anniversary of our water utility in River Falls. This year, we'll take a moment to celebrate electricity. 2025 marked the 125th anniversary of the electric utility after streetlights on Main Street were first electrified in late 1900. As more building blocks have been added to the city over the past 125 years, the electric utility has grown and expanded. And that remains the case today. When a new neighborhood is built, the residents need electricity, and our River Falls Municipal Utilities crew does a great job of making that happen. Our public utilities remain affordable. As of May of last year, the average RFMU customer paid just 12 cents per kilowatt hour. That is well under the state and national average. Just think of all the Legos you can buy with those savings. I know I got a call from Sam in Bloomington, Indiana, my son, and he said, "How much was my electric bill supposed to be?" And I said, "I don't know. You have Duke Energy. It's probably pretty high." Well, how much do your mom spend? And I said, "You can't really compare what you're spending to what I'm spending." So I think our whole bill might be less than his customer charge. So it's something we just take for granted here in River Falls. We don't think about too much. On top of that, our electricity remains reliable too. Our average outage time is 13 minutes per year, and the compared national average is 149 minutes. So we're really knocking it out of the park, and that's in part to our dedicated local staff who want to get people back in service as quickly and as safely as possible. Now, about 40% of the outages are caused by squirrels. So we have our electric superintendent, Wayne, and his arch nemesis. So we couldn't find good data, but I'm convinced that we have more daredevil squirrels per capita than the national average. Yet again, these reliable and affordable utilities are what help build the base for our city. So most residents don't think about how their electricity gets to their house, but it's really a key part of the instructions for building and maintaining a vibrant city. With every new building and new development that's added to the city, we want to be able to blend and connect to the fiber of our small town feel. So new neighborhoods still have connectivity to our historic downtown. New municipal buildings still need to serve every resident. That includes those that have lived here their whole life and those who just arrived. So while the new pieces may be added to the build, our goal is to use the foundation and help fit the pieces together, honoring our past, present, and future. So as I end my remarks here today, please know that the invitation for you to put on your construction hats and build the city remains open. These aren't hollow words said at the State of the City once a year. It's something that we really live by. The people that work for the City of River Falls believe deeply in service to the community. We're here because you want us here helping you alongside of you, building the community that you want to live in. And so members of the City Council, you saw there was 4 of them. The mayor, there's several candidates for City Council, and mayor are here also. Feel free to reach out after we leave here. Use the time together to make those connections, to ask those questions that you may have. I would expect that some of you don't necessarily aren't ready to talk one-on-one, but all of the business cards of staff, city council are all out in the hallway in the middle. You're welcome to pick that up. And when you get the courage or the interest, go ahead and give us a call. And if you have a compliment, call the council and the mayor. If you have a complaint, you're welcome to call me. So we're looking for many more opportunities like this today and others, less formal, to connect with you all. And for all the excitement that happened in 2025, we know we're not done. River Falls continues to grow, continues to adapt to serve the needs of our people, residents. It's our job as a city staff to carry out the vision of the council, ensuring the progress that our town makes will endure for future generations. So I want to thank you all for spending your morning with us. I appreciate everything all of you do to make River Falls a great community. Just like Legos have remained a popular toy for more than 75 years, it's our hope that the city of River Falls will continue to be one that people want to call home for many generations to come. And we're making that happen one brick at a time. Thank you.